clean now. Got a fresh mic, so
Yeah, it's actually a lot better. Yeah, nice
yeah,
one.
it's a nice one. Yeah, man. So I've done a mid-season review earlier. Kind of just went through each game we've gone through from like literally the first game of the season, the Man United game, and yeah, I kind of gave the season so far a 6.5. Obviously, we're top of the league. Man City have just drawn to Sunderland now, so we're 4 points clear instead of 2 points clear, which I expected us to be at this time. So that means we can effectively lose one game, effectively. Quotation marks. We're obviously top of the Champions League group, so we don't have to play those extra league phase games that could cause injury. Most of the squad's back fit. Rice will probably be back fit soon. Ben White's back. Timber's back. Jesus obviously bagged the goal. He's back. Kai Havertz was back. I think the only person who's injured is Rice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because he didn't start with the Crystal Palace game. In the first half, I thought we were going to struggle without him. But yeah, second half he came alive. Yeah, not Crystal Palace,
Aston Villa. Yeah, Aston Villa. Yeah, so realistically, we're in every competition. We're top of the league in every competition. We're in the Carabao Cup semi-final against a declining Chelsea that's just sacked their manager. I gave it a 6.5. The reason why I'm giving it a 6.5 is I think there's games that we could have won. Like the Sunderland game, I said we should have won when Trossard scored that absolute banger. What other game? When Chelsea went down to 10 men at the bridge, I think we've got to be winning that game. We've got to be winning that game. Got to be winning that game.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of other games that the Man City game at home where we drew 1-1. I think we've got to be winning that game as well. Just not good enough for me. I think we've got to be winning that for me. Pep didn't even attack after Haaland scored. He took him off on like the 56th minute and they just parked the bus. I think we should have, they should have come on early in my opinion. And the Liverpool game as well, obviously, I think again, Arteta was being a bit shy, being a bit of a coward and, didn't play Eze. He played a very defensive midfield and we got punished for it, because I think sometimes with Arteta, he would rather lose small than win big. And I think that's a big problem.
Yeah, I think, I see about your new comments about the season. I think for me, I'm a bit more optimistic in terms of, I would say,
how you doing, mate?
It would be like an 8 or something. I would say like an 8, 7 or 8, like not far off from what you were saying. I'd say the reason that because we're basically where we should be. We're top of everything. You did make really good points about us being in a lot of competitions. Our players returning from injury, so I think we look a lot better in the Aston Villa game because we've got like Gabriel coming back, Jesus coming back, so it makes us look a lot better. Because before we were really I felt like we were on crutches. You know what I mean? We were on crutches and we were grinding out games, playing some really ugly football, really riding our luck, own goals and everything. I say 8 because we're top of the league. It's where you want us to be, but we've been in this position before. We've had this lead over Man City before, and then Man City have come back, and then that experience of winning trophies and titles and going on a run, that's what's really served them well. We've dropped points, but I think overall I'll take what we've done. I think I just would like us in the January transfer window to be proactive. According to obviously Fabrizio Romano and other reports, there's lots of reports linking Semenyo to Man City. I would really like us to address that left wing situation in the January transfer window. I can see us not doing that for whatever reason, because we do this where in the January transfer window we don't seem to like to sign players. We like to wait till the summer usually. If we do January transfer windows, it's quite hit and miss. But I would really like us to go and really cement that sort of that lead over City and just get that winger we're crying out for. Trossard's good though; he's an intelligent player.
Oh yeah, Trossard's been in really, really good form. I said that he was my outside of Rice. He's been in terms of attacking players. He's been my player of the season so far. I think Rice has probably been. I think Gabriel's probably been player of the season, and then Rice is probably our most important player because I think without Rice, our midfield looks like Bonnie Blue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we definitely need to strengthen in January. I think it would be really good to get a left-sided player because I'd be honest with you, a lot of people are talking about Martinelli's form in the Champions League. If you look at his last 5 goals in the Champions League, they've only come through transitionary. When there's no space in behind, Martinelli is honestly ineffective. So I think Arsenal need to make a statement. Go get Leao. Go get Semenyo. I've even hearing rumors that we might be getting. I'm not sure if this is true. I doubt it because he's playing a lot of games under Xabi Alonso. But we're looking at like getting Arda Güler on loan. I can't see that happening, to be honest. I really can't see that happening. I'd look at getting Lookman though. I think Lookman would definitely be. Hey guys, please say hello to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Vica.
Oh wow, Corinthians. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hi, how you doing? Shout out to Sao Paulo. Shout out to Brazil. Shout out to Corinthians.
Yeah,
that was Neymar's old team, innit?
Corinthians. No, he's Santos, right?
Oh, Santos. Ronaldinho was it? Corinthians.
Willian was with Corinthians. Ronaldo was with Corinthians.
Okay.
Brazil,
Was Ronaldinho?
Nah, Ronaldinho. They called Ronaldinho Gaucho because he started with Grêmio, which is in the south of Brazil.
Oh.
In Brazil, they're kind of like they got all these nicknames and stuff. What's this?
Can't read that.
I can't read that
either. Yeah. Gooning. We're gooners, but we're not gooning.
Oh, you were telling us about like the top that top gooner definition, because I wasn't aware of the top gooner, bottom gooner like sort of definition thing like we've got in our fan base. I hear that.
Oh yeah, Memphis Depay plays for Corinthians. I didn't know that.
What a crazy fact! Like, which I just found out lately. Memphis Depay is the top goal scorer of all time for Holland. I thought that's so crazy. Yeah, he's outscored by Messi. Memphis Depay, and we take the piss out of Memphis Depay when he played for Man United. And he was not even that bad a player.
I think he was alright. I think he was alright.
I think it's just Man United. It really messes up careers.
I guess. I don't know what that means, but
right.
AFC is back. It's good to have you back, man. Big up to you. Happy New Year. Hope you're okay. Hope the family's good. Top of the league, 4 points clear. What do you think, man? I mean, I think to be honest, we've caught life because we've been playing badly, especially like in the Crystal Palace game for the Carabao Cup. Because boy, it could have gone Kanye West, mate. It could have gone Kanye West, and luckily, like I said at the beginning of the stream, we're top of the league, 4 points clear. We're in all cup competitions, which is what I said. For me, the minimum.
Yeah.
League and FA Cup double, domestic double, and finishing in top in the Champions League spots, or win the Premier League, or win the Champs, or win both, or win all of it. Just win, win.
Yeah, for me, I'm just like, just win something for God's sake. I'm fed up. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we'll give you we'll allow you like we'll allow you like Arteta, because obviously he's like he divides the fan base because most people like him. I think ex-player, and he's done good for us. And like we're always second place, so I think second place does give you that bit of leeway. But you got to go over the line now, and I think if you win a trophy, like anything, even I would take an FA Cup or a Colin Cup, even though it sounds very unambitious. But I think where we're at, we should go for ideally we should go for the Premier League. Yeah. We're in a good position. We should really strengthen and really just. Yeah, I don't think we're far off. The squad's there. Once all the players are fit, we look like a really good team. I think we're just missing, like you said, that winger situation.
Yeah.
Gyökeres did so much to come on for us. Come to us, and Top Gooners don't support him, but they are happy supporting Arteta that has spent 1.3 billion and won fuck all. Yeah, it's fair point, because he hasn't won anything yet. I think the only thing with him, we like this is his season, his penultimate season. I think where you can say like where we're at now, there's no excuses. Man City,
there's no everybody's fit now because Rice is. I know Rice was injured, but let's be honest, Rice will be fit to play next game. Everybody's fit. We're top of the league. We've got a slight lead, 4 points, half of what we had in 22-23 when we had 8 points clear. So we've got half, but we've got a better squad, better players, and a better squad and more depth. We've got like 4 strikers as well that we can choose from. I think we need a left winger, and if Berta does his job and gets us a left winger, maybe a loan with an obligation to buy, so we can put it on next year's books or whatever. Because if you said to me right now, Leao, 75 million, loan with an obligation to buy, I'm fucking taking that all day long, mate. I'll tell you that for
get anyone, free. Get Yildiz, get anyone, Yildiz, Lookman, anyone.
I'd love you.
Yeah, just anyone right now. Like this is what's pissing me off. Like you see, City being aggressive in the transfer market already. You hear them linked with Semenyo and him, City being his preferred club or whatever. You're hearing these coming out. So if it's true, which it usually is with like Fabrizio Romano,
Yeah.
Like that's going to be like quite scary for us looking at City coming over our shoulder with Semenyo playing for them. I know they drew today with Sunderland, but Sunderland quite a solid team. They're set up really well tactically.
Yeah.
Beating
I think,
Villa
and you know what?
was
I'll be honest with you.
true.
The Sunderland result, I'm going to read Thingy's comment in a second, but the Sunderland result was big for me because personally, I really thought Sunderland were going to lose that game because a lot of their best players are away at AFCON right now. They've got a lot of Africans in their midfield and defence, so I thought they really were going to struggle. So for them to get a goalless draw at home, I think they're still unbeaten at the Stadium of Light this season, you know?
That's crazy.
They still haven't lost. Like this has been a good season. I did predict Sunderland to stay up and Sarge laughed at me as well. But yeah, beating Villa was a big statement, and it was definitely a game of two halves. I remember I was watching the game AFC, and I said at half time, I heard that there were people actually booing. Actually, the Arsenal fans were actually booing. So I was actually like thinking, whoa, Odegaard was in the weird spots, like picking the ball after the defense. It wasn't really clicking. We were moving the ball too slow. There wasn't enough transitional progressive passing. Then the next half, it was like 22-23, and I was just like, oh my God, we're going to take them to the sword. And then we just got the goal. Then we got the second goal. Then the Trossard. Oh my God, Trossard, mate.
Yeah.
And then
when everyone's fit, we just look like a completely different team. Yeah. Like before, I was thinking, shit, like how are we talking about winning the title? How are we at the top and we can barely beat Wolves and stuff? But when they come back from injury, it's like you're getting new signings and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, I need to address this as well. AFC said, Dark Side, have you seen a new video of Rice telling Morgan Rogers about the swelling on his knee? It doesn't look good. Rice might be out to 4. Bro, let me say this, I'm so glad you said this, AFC. I saw a post, shout out to Shane Gooner, I watch his content sometimes, and he put up a community post basically saying that when in the Brighton game around the 60th minute, Rice pointed to his knee and said his knee was hurt and he wanted to come off. Arteta said, you're staying on. So when I tell the top Gooners, Arteta is responsible for some of these injuries because he's overplaying people and not trusting his bench. This is what I'm talking about. This isn't no conspiracy. This isn't me being negative. This is me saying, look, we bought Norgard, use him. If Rice is pointing to his knee, it's time to come off. He done the same thing to Timber in the Champions League when he was playing against PSG at home. His knee was hurting. He said his calves or his knee or something, and Arteta pushed him back on. Same with Partey, pushed him back on. It's like, no, I need you to play, bro. This is why for me, if he doesn't win anything this season, it just proved that he should never have done his apprenticeship here in the first place. But that's just my opinion.
That's a good way to put it, apprenticeship, because that's what it's been in a way, because it's been a learning curve for him. But yeah, I agree. Like when you look at our injuries, there's something just not right. Because people talk about our squad depth. And I was thinking, do we have squad depth? Because we get these injuries and we just don't look the same when these other players come in, which is normal because any team, City or whoever big team, if you don't have your starting players or a lot of your key players out, even if you've got guys that are decent replacements, you're not going to look the same. But we have so many injuries. Our entire back four or something seem to be injured. Or just 2 centre-backs, Gabriel and Saliba, were injured. So to be fair to us, I thought, wow, we became like a caricature where it's like we're literally grinding out results so ugly, but we're getting the points, which is good. But yeah, I was starting to worry. I was like, how can we seriously be serious title contenders if we play like this style of football? But now you see the players coming back. We look a lot better. That Aston Villa game was weird because I remember, like you said, the first half, like we didn't look great. We looked kind of awful, to be honest. We looked kind of lost out there. And then I thought Villa was going to score, to be honest. It reminded me a little bit like...
Let's not forget, Villa did miss a couple of sitters, Ollie Watkins was the sitter in the first half, Yeah,
it reminded me a little bit. I remember when we went to the pub and we watched Tottenham versus Arsenal, like the North London derby. We started off really slow, looked really boring game, and then like suddenly, boom, it's like 4-1 or something. Yeah, it's kind of like that game a bit. So I think once we got that goal and then get a second goal with us and our defense, they know the game is over. Then it's like open the floodgates. It's just damage limitation, and then conceding more goals. Then they get that goal from Ollie Watkins at the end, isn't it? So it's a bit annoying because it took away the clean sheet. But our defensive record is good enough, and us conceding a goal like that, not the end of the world. So we already got the points in that. But it was a good statement win because Villa, they third at the table?
Yeah.
Still third, which is incredible. But Premier League is just a crazy league now.
It's crazy. Every game is a hard game now. Every game is a hard game. Like, there's not one game I take for granted. Like, after Man United dropped points to Wolves, and we nearly did the same thing, there's no easy games in the Premier League, bro. Like, it's not like it was even 5 years ago. I feel like the Premier League is so hard now. Like, the Premier League is tough. It's tough.
And the top six is completely like obliterated. It's like Aston Villa's up in there. You think Newcastle would be there. You think Sunderland would be doing, like Newcastle would be doing what Sunderland was doing. You'd think Tottenham would be where Villa was. I don't know, it was like 6 or something. Chelsea sacking their manager again. And
yeah, Chelsea are finished. Chelsea are finished.
You reckon? It looks really wild. It looks really personal because I feel like with Maresca, like it looked like he was building something kind of. You know, it was a bit shaky like this season a little bit. But I hear this rumor that apparently they were saying he was being talked about as the potential successor to Pep Guardiola at City.
No, it's going to be Luis Enrique, man. It's going to be Luis Enrique. But what do you think about this comment? Yeah, IFC says he doesn't want Arteta to get any money in January. If we can't get us over the line with this squad, then it needs to be sacked. And I agree because for me, like, let's say right now we spent the 65 million we spent on Havertz. Let's say we used it to get Semenyo and a DM, and we have Semenyo. Let's say we have, instead of Havertz, we had like Semenyo or like even Lookman and another midfielder to cover Rice. I think for me that Kai Havertz signing has just been honestly, it's just been a thorn in that guy and manager's side, and he tries to force it so much. Maresca to Tottenham. I can actually see that, you know. I could see Maresca going to Tottenham because I don't think a lot of Spurs fans are happy with Thomas Frank. Famously, expressions is saying Thomas the Frank engine needs to choo off, mate.
Yeah, let us be frank.
Yeah,
that's quite funny. That would be interesting actually, because I think Maresca's got like potential. So yeah, that wouldn't be a bad fit, you know, to be honest. But it's annoying because I think with modern day management, like people want like results so quickly.
Yeah.
The thing with Arsenal, though, we gave Arteta so much time and so much money. We're one of the few clubs that actually gave the manager time, and it's good because you can kind of see like what we've built. But I still feel we could have won something or gone further with somebody else at the helm. But there is something to be said for like sticking with a manager sometimes and giving them that time. Then it doesn't come off when you get like, say, like Man United and Ten Hag. They should have parted ways with him.
Yeah,
he won that cup or whatever, and that kind of like gave people that sort of illusion, kind of skewed things. People thinking, oh, maybe we might get the momentum now, but it went backwards. So it's really difficult sometimes to make these decisions, even if you're like from the board or whatever. But yeah. That Chelsea thing is just crazy. I don't know about these American owners. I remember when we had Abramovich, he just seemed to have it spot on. He was sacking managers all the time, and they were winning trophies after season somehow. Maybe it's just, I think, a new era in the Premier League where everyone is competitive, everyone can make an impact now. So it's really difficult, like, to be like, okay, you're going to be like a steady top 4 team. Even that is something to be proud of. Even that's something that's a big achievement itself. It's not a trophy, but it's almost like it is compared to, you know, I mean, how difficult it is now.
You know what? The difference between finishing in the Champions League spots and the difference between finishing 5th and 6th is like, I think it's like 80 million in prize money, in like finishing money. Like, you know, if you look at the prize money for like finishing 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I think between 1st and 5th, it's like 20 million. It's not even that much of a difference. Like, I think if you finish 1st, yeah, you get 118 million. And if you finish 2nd, you get like 105. Like, other than the Premier League glory for like us fans, the difference between finishing 1st and 2nd is almost negligible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, like, I wouldn't mind a good thing. Like, so let's say we had a season where we just finished 4th and we won like a trophy. That would be something, you know, because you'd be like,
yeah, like I said, win silverware. Bro, if you said to me right now, we completely fall away at the Premier League and we win it, and then I wouldn't be happy about it. But if you said to me right now, there's a 50-50 chance we win the Premier League, or guarantee me the FA Cup and League Cup, and I finish 5th, I'm taking the 5th place, bro. I know a lot of Arsenal fans probably want to hear that because we've been waiting for the Premier League so long, but I just don't trust this manager to get over the line. But if you can guarantee me the manager gets over the line in 2 domestic competitions and 2 major trophies add to the piggy bank, I'm taking it, man. I'm taking it.
Yeah. Like, what did you think of, you know, because I saw this clip from, what's his name, Jamie O'Hara, and I hate the guy, but he was saying City are favourites to have that experience to get over the line. And I kind of agree with that, to be honest.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I do think
I just don't like who it's coming from, but it is kind of true. That makes it piss me off even more because we've been in this situation so many times before. And I think the only signs this year, like maybe it might be like there isn't really anything to tell me why it would be different, other than I don't know. We've got more squad depth and we've been building the squad for a long time, so it has been sort of progressing. But at times, like the thing that worries me the most with the Arteta is like the amount of injuries we see to accumulate all the time under his management. Like it's insane. And then so we're not playing with our best team all the time, and then just the over reliance on the darker side of the game where we're playing a bit ugly, getting all these set pieces. It's just those are the two things that make me worried, because I feel like you need to play positive. You need to take it by the scruff of the neck, not try to ride your luck too much.
I definitely want to see some Wenger ball, man. I don't want to be seeing this flipping haram all the time. I want to see some Wenger ball, man. You know what I mean, man? I'm sick of this
total hoofball. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't want to see that crap.
Yeah. No, I think like Arsenal fans, like myself included, we sometimes feel a little bit guilty the way like Arsene Wenger was hounding out the club. And to be fair, like Wenger needed to go, but he wasn't to blame. I think it was the board, and the club needs to evolve because he's been at the club for a long time. You know, you need to change managers at some point. The club needs to like change its facilities, change management, change direction. So it was only a matter of time before Wenger needed to leave. But I think the way people were getting fed up because I think we were finishing top four, and then not even the top four, but we win an FA Cup still. People were kind of like fed up in a way, and then they thought, oh, get rid of Wenger, because it's easier to say get rid of Wenger. We can't say get rid of Kroenke. Because Kroenke won't sell. That's why people turn on the manager, because it's just easier to get the manager out. But then people feel guilty, I think, and then they look at Arteta and they're like, oh, he's kind of brought us back to a certain level where we're not that mediocre anymore. Like we can wear an Arsenal shirt and not be embarrassed as like we were at one point. We were like what Man United fans are now, which they're scared to show, like come out with a Man United shirt. You know, Sanj, he's never, sorry, Sanj, but he never wears a Man United shirt.
Like he wouldn't dare. He wouldn't dare.
Unless it's like, you know, like Halloween or something. But
another manager has been sacked from winning 2 trophies in 18 months, but for our owners are sticking with Arteta in his 7th year with 1.3 billion and won nothing. Bro, I feel your pain, man. Like I feel your frustration. Like honestly, I never wanted to. I never thought he was good enough, and I think we're going to be. It's up to him whether he can actually like overcome that hurdle and say, "Look, I am good enough," but I'm not sure if he can.
Yeah,
I'm sure if he can.
It remains to be seen. Like, if he does do it, I'll be like, "Yes, I'm sorry, Arteta. I was wrong about you." He's already exceeded my expectations, but like this guy's saying, it's like until you win something, then you've got nothing to show for it. Like, okay, you've built a steady team, you've had the money to invest in it, you know, so you should be doing that. But you know, we're not going to remember a team that consistently finished second all the time.
No, nobody remembers whoever finishes second in the league. Who cares about finishing second? Second doesn't mean anything. Like when these top gooners keep saying, "Oh, like it's good," like finishing second is like an achievement, or I hate the one when they say Arteta's done a really good job. A really good job would yield trophies, mate. He's done okay. He's done okay. He's built a decent squad, but he hasn't won nothing. At the end of the day, people keep forgetting Erik ten Hag was one of Man United's worst managers, and he still won more trophies than Arteta. Glasner has won more than Arteta in the last 5 years. So for me, and look at what Glasner's got. Look what Glasner's had. Every year they lose their best players, and he's got a shoestring budget, and he still managed to beat Man City in the FA Cup final. Sorry, man. I'm not falling for this propaganda. Look, Arteta's a decent coach. He's a decent manager, but he's not until we win silverware, he's not an elite manager. Why will people not get that through their heads?
Yeah, I think people are like, okay, like I think the whole second place thing is what's buying him time. People think, okay, we're here, we're in this journey, we might as well buy into it, we might as well keep pushing till we get over the line. If we get over the line, that's why I would actually literally settle for an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, just because we've been getting so close to like the second, like to winning stuff and not winning stuff. It's kind of dangerous because the team can become disheartening, become like lose belief or want to jump and join to another club. The club has actually like done a good job in terms of like retaining players. Like I don't know how we've managed.
I don't know how we kept Saliba, to be honest. I don't know how we've done. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how. It must be like they're just doing really good business, or they're making the players happy with like behind the scenes somehow. Because like Saliba can play for Real Madrid, like he can play for Real Madrid
easily. He can play for any team. He can play for any team. Our centre backs, to be honest, like most of our centre backs can play for any team in the world. Our 2 centre backs can play for any team in the world. I think they start for City. I think they start for Real Madrid. I think they start for Barca. I think they start for Liverpool. Some people would argue Van Dijk probably will start over Saliba, but I think this season, you can see that Van Dijk's age is catching up to him, and I think they're the two best in the world. I think they're the two best in the world. When they play together, they're fake, man. They're fake.
Yeah, no, they are like literally the best. Like, yeah, I'm surprised I'm surprised he wasn't trying to run his contract down, do an Alexander Arnold or something, try to leave on a free or something. Because he grew up, I think, with Mbappe as well, so I thought he would have wanted to go to Real Madrid. But for some people, maybe it's just like it might be Real Madrid, but it depends who's the best team in the world right now. I don't know. And as well, we've got a lot of financial muscle, so
yeah,
I must imagine like settling and going to different countries all the time and living there is a lot too. It might be like there'll probably be time. He's still quite young as well, but yeah, like we've showed signs that we're moving away from being like that old Arsenal. Remember when we used to have this issue every season, like Samir Nasri, Van Persie, Fabregas, they would leave. At least that's not happening anymore.
Do you know how much that used to? Do you know how much the Van Persie one to this day still hurts me, bro?
Is that the one that hurts you most?
That's the one that hurts me the most. Not Cesc, not Nasri, not Clichy, not Sanya, not Torre, not Adebayor. Lord of Mercy, pass the ball to Van Persie. That one still hurts, bro. That one still hurts.
What hurts as well is like, as an Arsenal fan, like it's hard for me to even be mad at them, even though they went to direct rivals. Like I know people call them Judas or whatever, but like it's about winning titles. And the day he played football to win titles. You know what I mean? Like, so you go to a club that's gonna be equipped to win a title, and he won more like in his first season with Man United than he did in his entire Arsenal career. So you couldn't blame the guy for leaving. Even Nasri famously was like so proper unapologetic about it. He was proper talking loud about it. Like Van Persie kind of kept quiet. He didn't really try to like take the piss out.
No, sorry. The Van Persie one, yeah. When he went on thing and they asked him about it, and he was like, when your wife gets sick of you and she divorces you, and I'm like, bro, just stop displaying, bro. Just say you wanted to win trophies. You was 31. You was at the peak of your career. You just scored 40 goals in all competitions the season before Arsenal. You wanted to win the Premier League. It was your dream. Just say that. I can respect that more than this whole fake divorce wife nonsense shite, man.
Was that it? I heard another one where he was. I heard another story when he was like, what do you call it? He said something like, "Oh, the little kid in me inside wanted to join Man United" or something like that. Man United's a big club. Like from a neutral point of view, like I hate Man United to bits, but like I can understand that a little bit because. But the weird thing as well with Van Persie is. The weird thing with Robin van Persie is like he has they have a picture of him when he's got like an old Arsenal kit and everything, which is understandable because I guess he might have just been a fan of Bergkamp or something because I think that was the thing.
Yeah,
he had an old JVC
kit. Connection, isn't it?
Yes, I guess, but you have to remember this guy's from Holland. He's not from like North London or anything like that. So if he wants to join another club, what I mean, you're entitled to in a way if like the money's good, if you can win titles. It is understandable. Some players, I don't know, they sacrifice like winning titles for maybe staying loyal for the club. But even like Gerrard himself said when he was flirting with Chelsea, he was contemplating going to Chelsea and decided to stay at Liverpool. So a lot of players go through that. I think even Totti had like a move where he could have gone from Roma to like Real Madrid or something. A lot of players are tempted to leave. Very few actually are like, I'm just going to stay at this one club my entire career and not ever move anywhere else.
Yeah, it's like club loyalty is very, very rare these days. You rarely get one player that stays at like one or like they were really young and then move to like their dream club and they stay at that club for the rest of their life. Like I'm thinking of, you have like you said, Totti. I don't think who else. Gerrard pretty much stayed at Liverpool his entire career. Obviously, he moved to LA Galaxy when he was older, but he was already washed at that point.
Yeah, I guess if you're playing for Barcelona or Real Madrid as well, like there's nowhere really else to go to.
Yeah, there's only ways down from Barcelona and Real Madrid, let's be honest.
Yeah, or if you go from Barcelona to Real Madrid, then you get like a pig head thrown at you, ask like Luis Figo. So it's not really there's not really much way to maneuver.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, man, I can't believe today though. What's happening?
He said, "Remember we would sell our best players, and in return we get Silvestre, bro." That Silvestre was a freaking bum, bro. He was a bum.
I'll tell you something funny about Silvestre. I just read this the other day. Apparently he was on the verge of going to Man City until Wenger until Wenger talked him out of it, and he went to Arsenal because I guess back then Arsenal was obviously a bigger club, and all the French players, he thought, oh, look good on my career to have Arsenal on my CV. Was he really like a flop for Man United? I think he was just more like a squad player. I don't think he was
a squad player.
exactly.
Yeah, he was just a squad player, man. He wasn't really a flop. It'd be harsh to say he was a flop. He was just a very, very, very average squad player. Yeah, it was just an average squad player, to be honest.
Yeah, I think sometimes we sign players but at the wrong point of their career. Like I think he was just hampered with injuries anyway at that point. And when sometimes there's a thing where players like their body gives in and they just get injured all the time and they're just not the same. I think like one of the weirdest moves was like Willian, because we see Willian like tear it up for Chelsea for so many years. And I thought this Brazilian guy is going to go to Barcelona or something. He's probably going to hate the English weather and going to leave. But I think he really loved London. So like you see him play for us. And what's weird, he went back to Brazil, then he went to, I think, Greece for a bit, and then Fulham. And he seemed to like Fulham as well, like does it right there. But just with Arsenal, he was just like terrible. But David Luiz was okay for us, even though he got like a lot.
He was okay, bro. He won FA Cup with us, bro. He done all right. He won silverware.
He's one of those players people hate, like the commentators hate, because he's like a centre back that likes to get the ball out and play entertaining, and you can catch him out like defensively sometimes. But people like, he's just one of those players that I think the critics really dig into a lot, especially like old school English centre backs. They can't stand someone like a David Luiz, but he wasn't bad for us. He was pretty good.
Yeah, I think he was all right.
Yeah. He definitely. I wouldn't label him a flop as well. He was okay for us, even towards the end. I can't really remember him like do anything wrong. Did he fall out with Arteta or something? Was that like a rumor?
No, I don't think he did. You know,
I think that might have been Guendouzi, the other guy with curly hair. Like, because I think him and Guendouzi clashed. Remember when we had Matteo Guendouzi?
Yeah, I you know what? I used to like Guendouzi. You know, I was a big fan of Guendouzi. I think he had a bit of an attitude, but it was a good attitude, man. He had fight in him, man. He had that like North African spirit, man. I used to love that. I used to love that
grit.
He had that North African grit, man. I used to love that about him.
I think with Arteta, like once you get on the bad side of him, like you're just out of the club.
Yeah, the second you show chest to Arteta, you can't take it, man. And that's another thing. I don't think he can handle superstars either. That's why like Aubameyang left.
What's his name left? Nuno Tavares, I think he fell out with Arteta as well. Like he left, he went to Lazio, and he's doing all right there.
He's doing all right, man. And shout out to him, man. He's doing all right.
Yeah. No, I think. Yes, with him, I think he tries to like lay down a marker and be like, "Oh, if you like, you're either with me or against me," sort of thing. This is the direction we're going. If you don't like it, you're out the door, sort of thing. To kind of show him like he's tough. He's got that steel, which is good in a sense, so players don't get too complacent. So I remember when we really suffered because we got rid of Aubameyang and we replaced him, so we really suffered that season. But I guess in the long term, it was kind of a good message to send to the likes of Saka or whoever that you're not bigger than a club or whatever. But I actually prefer the way like Arne Slot handled the Salah thing, because Salah spoke out, and it could have been like, "Oh, we're gonna just do a Ten Hag and we're gonna let you go off to Saudi Arabia," but then he's like, "Okay, like we'll reintegrate you into the team. You'll be on the bench and then you'll play again." It's kind of died down a little bit. So I think you can bend things with a player, but you don't have to go to the extreme where like I'm going to completely freeze you out the team.
Yeah, I think the thing with Arteta is he's very much his ego and his like management style just doesn't allow him to manage people with big personalities and big egos, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's in that Guardiola mold where it's like everyone's like a servant of the team. Everyone's kind of like selfless, in this together sort of thing. But I don't know. Like, I think you're right. I think if you clash with him or whatever, like he'll leave. The Aubameyang one was quite harsh though, because he literally, I think, gave Arteta so much time. If he didn't win that FA Cup, I think for us, like I think because Aubameyang won that FA Cup for us. To be honest, it was against Chelsea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like we, without him, like we I don't think Arteta would have got the time he got basically, because we had so many 8th place finishers, and it was like a hard kind of slog. We were like, it was like at one point I felt like I don't know how we're just going to try and keep up pace with like top 6 or whatever, even top 7 or 8. So it looked like we're slipping away, but all of a sudden, that's how the Premier League works. Like there's a cycle, like we thought Tottenham were going to be good with Poch, and then that fell apart, and then we see the same with like obviously Man United in transition for so many years. Then you got obviously like Liverpool and Klopp, and now they're having a little bit of a wobble now with Slot in the second year, and then you've got.
They drew at home to Leeds today, you know.
Yeah, don't remind me. I watched 2 goalless games back to back, bro. 2 goalless games, like 0-0. Give me some African football. Give me some African.
Yeah, man. AFCON. I've watched a couple of these AFCON games, bro. I love AFCON. AFCON is so funny. Obligatory sexy black woman in the crowd that goes viral for no reason. Referee shenanigans. Just the shenanigans, bro. I love the shenanigans. It's like I remember last AFCON where the referee blew the full-time whistle 15 minutes.
There was one weird incident in AFCON, like it was really weird. Like I think it was a game between like Ivory Coast and I could be wrong, Ivory Coast and Egypt. This is years ago, right? And then I think it was some freaking player. I don't know why they pulled down freaking Abue's fucking pants just randomly. That was so effed up. Man. I was like, dude, you wear something like this. Just looked ridiculous. Like that's the only because they were like just completely outpacing them and everything. But yeah, the AFCON's crazy because I've hardly watched any of the games this year and seen like a goalless draw. Like there's been so many like good goals, everything. Like I can't think of any games that like Ivory Coast and Cameroon game. That was a really good game. Yeah. Like Mbappe was there. Like a lot of the French national team players were there. That was quite interesting.
Yeah, I think Camavinga was there. Mbappe was there. I think Ethan Mbappe was there as well. I think.
Yeah, Tuchemeni was there because Tuchemeni's like also like of Cameroonian descent, so like he was there in that game. Yeah, both teams played well. I thought Cameroon played really well. Like, that was a good game. Oh, you know what was funny? I think I saw on Instagram like there was this guy from Tanzania. His team got beat by Nigeria or something, and then he was getting a girl's number from Nigeria. That was funny. I think you've seen that one. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I haven't seen that one, but that's funny, man.
Yeah, that was quite cool. And it was saying like, bro's team lost the game, but he won the game off the field, basically.
There you go. He lost on the field, but he won off the field, mate. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, your team ain't doing it for you. Like look to in other ways. So by the way, when's the last time you watched like a game like in the stadium? Have you watched like an Arsenal game in the Emirates Stadium before, like competitive games?
The last time I watched a game in a stadium, 22-23, I think. I managed to get a ticket for the Bournemouth game. No, not the Bournemouth game. I was at home when I watched that. What game did I watch? I can't remember what game I watched. It might have been I remember watching I watched a preseason game when we beat Sevilla 5-0. And I watched another Emirates home game. I can't remember which game it was. It might have been Sheffield United. I think we beat them 5-0.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, one of them.
You ever watch like the Emirates Cup competition?
Yeah. I especially now that I do the content, I watch all the games now. Like when I started doing my content, I started doing the Emirates Cup games this season. That's when I started my content, innit? So.
Oh really? I didn't know like he's been doing it that long, but that's quite cool. But I first watched Emirates Cup game. Like I watched like 2007. I think this was ages ago. It was like Real Madrid. That was a sick one. We had Real Madrid, like Juventus and Hamburg SV or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was like really impressive like lineup. But like even back then, even Hamburg had sick players. Like they had like Vincent Kompany, they had like Van der Vaart. So like that was a really good Emirates Cup game. I remember we lost to Juventus like 1-0 in the game. And I watched Real Madrid. This is how long ago it was. Like Real Madrid still had like Robinho and stuff that year.
Robinho, wow. Robinho.
That's a throwback. That's such a fall from grace. I think that's one of the footballers that had like the biggest fall from grace, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
He's like in prison now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's prison FC now. Prison FC.
He's like Brazilian Adam Johnson now, but like he's just literally like. But that's a crazy thing. Is like, do you feel like when you see a player, you can separate the player from like what they did and the personality sort of thing? Like,
to be honest, it's gonna sound really messed up. It really depends on whether I liked the player before, what club they played for, how bad it is, if there's clear evidence that they've done it, and if they if they're how good they are as a player. Because if it's a shit player, you're like, oh well, you're just a fucking
like whatever. You were just like you're just a nonce, you're just like whatever, isn't it? But like Robinho was crazy because Robinho was a player I think at one point Pele called him successor and stuff. So obviously these are serious things, and like players should, like anyone else should like face the consequences and stuff like
course.
that.
Obviously, if they're found guilty, then that's it. Like you just have to hold, like they have to hold that, and they've done what they've done. But then at this, then you look at like the Mendy thing, he was found completely innocent, and everybody
nobody talks about that. Everyone
nobody talks about that. No one talks about that. But Man City paid him back his wages, and he's playing. I think he's playing for Lorient now in France.
Yeah, his career is completely over now because like that stuff takes over, and that takes you out of the game for such a long period of time. Never mind, like what do you call it, like not playing and all this time, you lose your rhythm, you lose everything, you lose that momentum. And no club wants to take a chance on you now because you probably play and opposition fans are going to chant at you every second now and say like you're a nonce or whatever, or whatever. But like. Yeah, Binho one was too much though. Like Robinho one, I think they literally found
all that stuff. Or Alabama. What does that mean? Is that some sort of Gen Z slang or something?
Don't know. Maybe this guy's from Alabama. Like we're global now. Like we got a Brazilian guy from Corinthians. Shout out to Corinthians. Edu connection.
Shout out to Alabama. Shout out to the rednecks. Shout out to
Sweet home Alabama.
Sweet home Alabama.
See, we're big now. We're big. Like. We've got fans in Birmingham. We're not in Birmingham, UK. We've got fans in Alabama. So it's pretty cool. Like Brazil as well. Like we should come like next time with like a Corinthians jersey or something.
Yeah, why not?
Brazilian fans, I think you said you're like a Corinthians fan, didn't you? Is that like a rumor?
Nah, my Brazilian team is like my South American team. Sorry, not Brazilian team. My South American team is River Plate.
River Plate. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like River Plate. I think Boca Juniors is the obvious one people go for, but I like to go for the not so obvious one.
I like Boca Juniors as well because some of my favorite players have played for Boca Juniors, like Tevez, Riquelme. Yeah. Obviously River Plate, Julian Alvarez, who are freaking better. Alvarez.
Get him in there.
Get him, man. He is clearly.
He would have been better for us, I think, than Gyökeres as well, which is crazy. But it's just people's opinions on like Alvarez is skewed, isn't it? Because he was at Man City.
I don't care, bro. He is quality. He is quality.
No, I was just saying, like he just happened to be in a team that didn't need him because they had Haaland. That was the annoying thing, and he could still have done a job there because he could be like a good like second striker or a backup. But yeah, he's just too good to be that.
I still think we should have got Marmoush. I think Marmoush is cold.
Marmoush is good, yeah. I've been watching Afcon. Like he's been actually more impressing me than Salah. Like Salah's a different age anyway.
Salah's been stinky, mate. He's gonna go. He's gonna just go. It's gonna go to
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi now, anyway. So
yeah, I just feel like with Salah, the whole thing is like calculated. Like they are. His agent like probably tells him, "I'll make a little bit of trouble." When his contract was, when they were like, "Should we give this guy a contract? He's 33 or whatever," and he was like, "Oh, I really hope I stay at the club. I really hope I'm here," and all this and that. And that put pressure on the club to kind of give him a deal. And then he's done a bit of an uzzle, when they gave him the contract, and then he's like not the same player. But I don't think he's doing that on purpose. I think like his leg, like he's got, it's like a different squad now. It's a bit of a transition a little bit, and he is, he's getting found out a little bit this season, but still a good player. But yeah, I feel like again he's talking to kind of create some noise and maybe get the Saudis to think, "Oh, let's get this guy." But you never know what will happen in football. But it's only a matter of time, I think, to go to Saudi Arabia. What's he saying? Haram Bull Corner Merchants FC. Wow.
Listen, Christopher, you little hater. Yeah, let me tell you something. We've got more open play goals and corner goals. Yeah, we scored Trossard. Open play goal, and it was an absolute banger. Odegaard sliced through the defense, Supermendy finish. Jesus kissed it into the top bins, kissed it. So when you say haram ball, I do agree. We've been our football's been poor. I'll agree. I'll hold that. But corner FC Merchants is played out, bro. It's played out. Come on, Chris, you're better than that. I don't know. Chris, tell me what team you support, so I can cook you. You might be a Man City fan, so if you're a Man City fan, I can't cook you. But if you're a big man, tell me what team you support, so I can cook you.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's left. Left the chat. Left the building.
Yeah, there he goes. He ain't got the cojones, mate. He ain't got the
Elvis
cojones.
has left the building.
Before I wrap up the stream, I want to ask you a couple of questions. I want to do some predictions for I want to do some updated predictions since it's 2026 now. Premier League.
Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna go for Man City to win the Prem. I was thinking of putting Arsenal to do it, but I was thinking we'll just narrowly miss out because my thing which is pissing me off is I don't see us being really aggressive in the transfer market. If we're aggressive in the transfer market, I think we will win the Prem. If we get that,
you know what, bro? And all the top gooners can hear me say this.
Yeah.
The Arsenal are going to win the fucking league, son. The Arsenal.
You're saying it? Oh, wow. Okay. I thought, really? That's hilarious.
I'm going for it. I'm putting my balls on the line. I'm going for it. The Arsenal.
But at least, you know what? At least, I think it's more daring to say you're not going to go for it because then people are like, oh, you're a pessimist, you're a hater.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, I don't mind getting egg on my face. Look, I'll look into the camera. The Arsenal blood. The Arsenal blood.
Yeah, big up the Arsenal. I think. Yeah, it just annoys me because I think City are like up there still, but and the fact that I think if they get Semenyo, that's going to be really scary. And I think like if we get another injury, you know what I mean, it will be difficult. And we should win the league in all fairness, but I would really like us to just get that one winger, just that one signing, cement the thing.
That one winger, that one.
Don't play any games, Arteta. Don't play any games, Barca. Get what you need. Okay, you spent a lot, spend some more. Finish the effing job. Build the squad that was meant to lift the title. Take the stuff by the neck. Not walk over and scrape it.
Carabao Cup.
I'll go for us to win it just because we've got a good squad and we should be winning cup competitions. If we win that, that would be a good season because we'd end that sort of little mini trophy drought we've got in a minute because we won an FA Cup for Arteta, but I can't remember it now. It was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think we could win the
Arsenal only world class with Saliba and Gabriel. I'm going to go Arsenal to win the League Cup as well. By the way, and I'll do Champions League and then I'll do FA Cup and then we'll wrap it up. I support the greatest team in London, Millwall. You know what, bro? I actually went to a Millwall game 2 years ago. Actually, it was Millwall Middlesbrough. I think I can't remember. I think it was a 0-0 actually. But decent little stadium actually. It's a decent little stadium. They wouldn't let us out actually. When we came out of the stadium, I was obviously with the Middlesbrough fans up the borough, and they just would not let us out. We were standing outside in the same spot for like 2 hours, and I remember this old guy was getting peed off. He was with his dad, who was like in his 80s. He's like, mate, let me through that fucking thing. I need to get my dad's fucking 80 years old. I need to go fucking home back to the borough now. You fucking daft gun. But yeah,
Millwall's this man. Like, what's that motto? Like, nobody likes us, but we don't care.
Yeah, nobody likes us. We don't care. Millwall fans are funny, but
Millwall's like funny. Actually, ironically they've got two famous like fans. They got like two famous like Oscar-winning fans, Daniel Day-Lewis and Gary Oldman.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Right. Millwall fans, yeah.
FA Cup winners.
FA Cup. Oh damn! I'd say either us or City. Even freaking Liverpool, I could see them going on the run because I really rate Ekiti.
I'm going to go a bit of a dark horse here. I'm going Newcastle to win the FA Cup.
Oh, was it Valdeverde, whatever he's called? Or
Voldemort, bro. Voldemort, that bald fraud with hair, mate.
Bald fraud hair. He who will not be named.
Blade. Great result, mate. Great result. City drop points as well. Shout out to you, Blade. Shout out to you, man. New year with a bang. Let me know what you think, bro. We're just doing some updated predictions for who we think is going to win the trophies. Kurdish has gone City for the Premier League. I've gone Arsenal for the Premier League. We both agreed that we're going to win the Carabao Cup. I've gone Newcastle for the FA Cup. Kurdish has gone Liverpool. And for the Champions League, I'm going Bayern Munich. Over to you, bro.
Bayern Munich, Champions League. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, we smoked Bayern Munich. You think they'll win the Champions League?
Bro, the thing is, I think attacking-wise, Bayern Munich are so strong, bro. They're so strong. And I think 6-time winners. They know how to do it. Harry Kane is on Super Saiyan. He's on black. He's got Black Air Force energy right now, man. Honestly, he can look at the ball and it goes in the back of the net at this point. Yeah, for me, it's got. I mean, there's obviously the obvious like repicks of PSG, but I don't think PSG will defend their title. To be honest, I can't see that. I can see Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, or even Barcelona winning. To be honest,
I'm not sure Barcelona. Just their defense is so suspect. I would say Real Madrid, Barcelona.
The chant goes.
No one likes us.
We don't care.
We don't care. We are Millwall.
We are Millwall from the den. Shout out to you, Christopher. Shout out to you.
And it's respect as well, because you could have gone for any team to support, but you support your local team. So
listen, I go to a social club in Greenwich to play poker every every Thursday. A lot of Millwall fans there, great people, great support. So if you want to come down, you know, you can email me anyway or whatever. But shout out to you, bro. Arsenal double for Prem and Champions League. Oi! Man's on smoke, blood. Man, you're gonna win the Prem and the Champs. Wow, man, you've got chest. You got chest, bro. You've been hitting the bench press, bro, because you got some chest out here, fam. Maybe. I'm buzzing, but let's see. Okay, you reined yourself in a little bit. Fair play, man. Fair play. I rate that.
It's that New Year's feeling. Then like couple days, like no.
Okay, I've got a question for you, Kurdish. Yeah, would you take us? Would you let us get relegated right now, but this season we win the Champions League?
Fuck, that's a hard one because we.
Hard one, isn't
it? Nah, I wouldn't want us to get relegated though the season after because then we'd be because we'd be ridiculed then. Yeah.
Okay, we get relegated, but we win the Champions League and the FA Cup.
I'd probably. Oh god, yeah, fuck it, I would.
Okay. Let me make the question a bit harder. Yeah. We win the Champions League, we win the FA Cup, and we win the Carabao Cup, but we lose 10-0 to Tottenham away.
We lose to who? Sorry.
We lose 10-0 to Tottenham away when we play them away.
Fuck no, never that. never. Oh, but it's a weird question because this is what I say as well, like because you can win trophies, but at certain course, like when Tottenham won Europa League, they were like the bottom table team, wasn't it, last season?
Yeah, they finished like 6th, 7th, I think.
That's why like winning a trophy, it's the context as well. Like if you won like maybe not one of the big major like one of the big trophies, then and you play really shit and you're like 17th in the league or 15th in the league, then that's like that's sackable. So like I can understand why they let what's the name go? And Postecoglou go after that. I can kind of understand it. Feel sorry for him a little bit, but it needed to go after that because that's not sustainable. Like because you could in the league form if you're playing like that, Tottenham could potentially get relegated in the future.
Yeah. Blade said, "Welcome back." By the way, he said, "Welcome back, Coach."
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, we're getting a lot of fans as well now. Like, shout out to Blade and shout out to Millwall guy and Corinthians guy. Yeah, like me and my mates, we went to one of these. What did we go to? We went to like because my mate lived in like High Wycombe, which is random, and because the tickets are so cheap, we were watching Wycombe Wanderers versus Charlton Athletic. Like South London clubs, they got like some crazy fan base. I think they beat like
Charlton, Millwall. They got
Crystal Palace as well.
Palace, they got some quality fans. But I'm gonna wrap the stream up. I need to working on some stuff. So shout out to you, Kurdish. Thanks for your time bringing on the show.
It's over.
Shout out to you, bro. Like, subscribe, share. I hope everyone likes the content. Going to be pushing out a lot more content this year, 2026. Hopefully in May, I'm going to be seeing the captain's armpits. And shout out to Arsenal fans, shout out to the Millwall fans in the chat. See you later, guys. Peace.
That's it.